Hi everyone, Scott Lewis here for Wirefly. I'm here today to bring you an exciting review on the Samsung Galaxy S3 for T-Mobile. I wanted to start off the review today by explaining the difference between the S3 for T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, and even AT&T. Each one of those carriers have their own network technology, therefore the radio technology in the S3 is different for each one of the carriers. Besides radio technology, the main difference between those four phones, it's going to be the software that's on it. Now, all these phones are going to be running Android 4.0.4, which is the ice cream sandwich operating system. But they do have additional software, things like the Access T-Mobile store, and I think there's a T-Mobile Name ID, T-Mobile TV. So obviously the AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint versions of the Galaxy S3 are not going to have that same software. They're going to have their own. Now, this particular T-Mobile version is coming in Pebble Blue. There's also Marble White as an option, but this is the Pebble Blue version for T-Mobile. Alright, now that we've got the main differences out of the way, let's go ahead and dig into some specs. The Galaxy S3 has a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display with resolution of 720 by 1280. And it does have a pixel density of 306 pixels per inch. Protecting the Super AMOLED display on the S3 is Corning Gorilla Glass 2. Now, it is 20% thinner. It is more flexible and more shock resistant than the original Gorilla Glass. Let's go ahead and take a tour around the Galaxy S3 real quick. Up front we do have a 1.9 megapixel front facing camera. The navigation keys are right here on the bottom and they light up as virtual keys. The home button is here in the center. And up on top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the side we have our sleep button, micro USB charge port, and volume up and down rocker. Now on the back we have the 8 megapixel still image camera with LED flash. The battery is a 2100 milliamp hour battery. We'll go ahead and pull the cover off here. So this is our 2100 milliamp hour battery. It does take a micro SIM card for T-Mobile. So that's it right there. And I did put a micro SD card in just so that you can see where it goes. It goes right here if you want to add additional memory. Now this happens to be the 16 gigabyte version. It is also available in 32 gigabytes on board. Now you can also use up to a 64 gigabyte micro SD card in the Galaxy S3. The 8 megapixel camera also records in 1080p. I took some video earlier today and also some still images, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at those right now. This first picture is a picture that hangs here in our office. I wanted to use the S3 and see how it picked up on all the different colors that are in the painting and see how true it was to the actual painting. And I will say it did a very nice job of picking everything up. This second picture is another painting that hangs here in the building. I wanted to use this painting to see how it picked up on the different textures and tones and if you could see some depth. The next picture on the screen is a picture I took as soon as I walked out of the building. It was a very nice bush with a really nice flower on it that's blooming right now. So I thought it would be a great subject for a photo, so I took this. I thought it did a really nice job of capturing the color. This next picture is a picture of our Wirefly building here on the left, and you can see how blue the sky was that day. I will say that it was very true to color. The clouds are very white and crisp. The sky is fantastic blue, has a great fade. Everything, the green grass, the trees, the building, everything really came out exactly as color, so I really like the camera here on the Galaxy S3. This next shot is a panoramic picture that I took with the Galaxy S3. I thought it did a very nice job of capturing once again the sky color and the color of the grass and the trees, as well as picking up on the reflections in the windows of our Wirefly building here. Very impressed with the camera once again on the Galaxy S3. So the picture on the screen now is a skin tone test. We have Will on the left and Megan on the right. You might say that this picture didn't come out very well, and I would agree with you. We do the picture this way to do a skin tone test. We force the flash on the camera, we have a bright backlight, and we see if the flash has enough power to actually drown out the backlight and still pick up the flesh tones here in the two subjects, Will and Megan. As we can see, the Galaxy S3 didn't perform very well in this particular test, although I did take another picture right outside, and you can see Will and Megan right there. This is definitely a lot better photo than the last one, so this is also our skin tone test. As we zoom in, you can still see all the detail in the faces, and you can see the nice pattern on Megan's shirt, and you can read our great Wirefly logo there on Will's shirt as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video we shot with the Galaxy S3. So here's the 1080p recording Samsung Galaxy S3. There's the 8 megapixel rear facing camera that it's recording in 1080p. You see the Wirefly building here in the background, the fantastic blue skies, It is a little bit breezy out today, so we might hear a little bit of wind in the microphone. Holding the phone about 8 inches, 10 inches away from my mouth so we can tell how good the sound is. The color looks fantastic on the screen. I just don't know how it could get any better than this picture right here that I'm looking at. Hopefully the video comes out. Those were the still images and video we took with the Galaxy S3. I do have to say that I am impressed with the camera. It is one of the best that I've ever tested on a smartphone, so I really like the camera on the Galaxy S3. It would be probably the best if it would have performed a little bit better in the skin tone test. But overall, great color, very easy to use, some really nice options in it. So I do give the camera high marks on the Galaxy S3. Let's finish talking about specs on the Galaxy S3. It does have a 1.5 GHz dual-core processor inside. It is a Snapdragon S4 processor. The Galaxy S3 has 2 GB of processor RAM inside. That is an upgrade compared to a lot of smartphones on the market today that are running with 1 GB of RAM. Now I know I mentioned it before, I just want to make sure that I say it again. This is a 16 GB version of the S3. There is a 32 GB version available. Both of those sizes are onboard storage, so you do still have the expansion slot of the microSD card available whether you go with the 16 or the 32 version. I'm going to go ahead and run an Antutu benchmark and a Quadrant standard benchmark here, just so you can compare this phone to the other phones that we've reviewed. We're going to go ahead and run an Antutu benchmark now. Remember, an Antutu benchmark tests the hardware in the phone, not the physical connection to the network. So it is going to be a fair assessment of what's inside the Samsung Galaxy S3. We'll give you the Antutu benchmark score in a second. I'm going to turn the camera off now and pick it up right at the very end. It looks like the Antutu benchmark is about wrapped up. Let's take a look at the score here once it's finalized. Alright, so our total score is 6,848. You can see the separate scores for the separate pieces that it does. Let's go ahead and compare it to some other smartphones. So on this list, it's very comparable to the One X and the Transformer Prime. In the next tier down, we can see the Galaxy Nexus, the Galaxy S2, the Droid Razr, and some other phones as well. So now I wanted to run a Quadrant standard benchmark, so we'll go ahead and run that. And same thing, we'll go ahead and turn it back on once it's done with the full benchmark. Alright, so our Quadrant standard benchmark is almost wrapped up here. It's finishing up. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the results. Alright, so we have our Galaxy S3 here at a score of 5,045. Once again, it is just above the One X and Transformer Prime. And then you can see it compared to the Atrix 4G, the Galaxy Nexus, and then the Nexus S down here at the bottom. So in an overall benchmark test, the Galaxy S3 performed very well, top of its class. The Galaxy S3 performed very well in the Quadrant standard benchmark, as well as the Antutu benchmark, but I do expect that from the Galaxy S3. It's a very powerful smartphone with a lot of RAM and a great processor. Now I want to show you around the operating system just a little bit. It is running Android 4.0.4, and one of my favorite things is you can see we're at the end over here, and it goes and wraps around to the other side. So you just keep going and you'll eventually get back to your home screen. That's a great advantage for the Galaxy S3 because you can, if you're on the far side of the operating system and you need to go to the other side, as you can see, it has 7 pages, so that's a lot of scrolling. You can go 1 over as opposed to going 6 over. I really like the app tray. It lists them all in alphabetical order, and you can just go side to side, and it lists them all right there. For you Android novices, if you ever want to put something on your home screen, you're just going to press and tap, and then you can drag it onto the home screen and leave it there. The size is great. It is only 0.34 millimeters thick, so it has a really nice profile, as well as the weight on it is only 4.7 ounces. So a really good weight for the phone too. I know this is a very popular phone. I'd love to hear what all of our YouTube watchers have to say about the Galaxy S3. So if you have one or if you've used one, let us know what you think. And if you want to get your hands on the Samsung Galaxy S3, make sure to check out Wirefly.com. We have a great price. My name's Scott Lewis for Wirefly. Thanks for watching.